There you are, relaxing and watching your favorite YouTube videos, and all of a sudden, it's the Sloppy Seconds podcast. You didn't ask for this, you didn't choose this, yet here it is. And it's treated no differently than any other normal podcast. Good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever the fuck time it is, wherever you are. We have a response today. Not for just a video, but like I said in the description, a Quora post. Hopefully, this will be interesting. I have with me the 3D Mark.
My love for you is like a truck, berserker.
You fool.
Do you want to making berserker?
I know that clip. Yeah,
Yes.
that's good shit.
All right. And with us, we have the better person from Argentina, Monsieur Alexis.
Fuck you! I fuck your mother!
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Alrighty. So, all right, that's all there. Hey.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, question posed: why the hell is Rey, who has no training and is apparently a nobody, more powerful than Luke Skywalker? Which is a very good question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed, it
And-
is.
This person, Brian Daig, or the fuck that name is, his answer. I believe this question revolves around the fact that Rey has been able to do things that Luke could not do around the same time. Not why she has more, why she was more powerful in the Last Jedi. She wasn't.
I
Disagree.
X stood out.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah. I mean, what do we have to say? Crack the ground. Put in, I don't know. What is the other feat there does? Lift an entire fucking mountain that she did?
Yeah, the boulders.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of
So,
those
like,
boulders.
So, like, imagine that in Empire Strikes Back, Luke have trouble lifting the X-wing. Like, he couldn't not do it. He has to not to get training to lift rocks. So, like, yeah, this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only is
Yeah.
she doing this, let's look at all that.
Yeah.
Like, look at all these fucking boulders in comparison to her. And she's doing that
That's-
with absolute
yeah.
ease.
Yeah.
She doesn't even look exhausted. Like she's like, oh, did I do that?
Mhm.
Yeah. And I
Also
think about it that if is skin Costco in this scene
She
or
looks confused right here. Yeah, like this is just absolute nothing for her.
yeah.
She always opens her mouth, so we can't say that. Like that's exhaustion.
Mhm.
The actor is not really good.
And then
so.
yeah, wait, like as soon as okay. Also, she just I didn't even notice this originally, but she opened a path for Finn to run to her without
And-
even like moving a finger.
Hey, 2 nights on that island can do magic to you. It's
Yeah,
like a ram ranch.
Uh, uh,
And then she just like, just effortlessly drops them, like 2 nice, like parallel piles of boulders, like several dozen tons each on both sides.
how
whatever.
many X-wing that amount of rocks would be? Like 2 X-wing, 3 X-wing?
Yeah, sure, why not? I'm
Like-
pretty sure one of those boulders is twice the weight of an X-wing.
Yeah.
X-wing is an official measurement. It's Star Wars now.
That's right. How many X-wing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I looked this up. X-wing is 6 tons. Yeah, all those
Yeah.
boulders, undoubtedly, more than 6 tons.
Yep.
easily.
And individual objects as well. So
Yeah. Alrighty.
plus, like
So
apparently, like she was so powerful that Luke was like so scared of her that
I know.
told
I've
him
seen
fuck
this
off.
raw strength only once before. It didn't scare me. Fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah. Well, not good start on this response of this guy.
Okay, so not why she was more powerful in The Last Jedi, but why she, having little to no experience, can do things Luke struggled to do when he was as experienced as her. With that in mind, because Anakin killed the Emperor.
What?
What? Like
What?
I know that he actually anticipate the public to say, "Wait, what?" when they read that line.
I am confusion by this.
Yes.
This was written right after The Last Jedi, so this poor fella didn't know that good old Palpy would come back.
Yeah, right there. January
Yeah.
31st, 2018. George Lucas said that the dark side and the Sith are like a cancer. They misuse the Force. Sheev was possibly the worst Sith to ever haunt the galaxy, based on what, sir?
One thing is not that the path of the city was the easy one. It's not the cancer one.
Yeah.
E-
Like-
even even with taking a quote to someone, he fuck it up.
Yeah, the Sith themselves are a blight on the galaxy. That's true because they completely lean into the dark triad of personality traits, and they're Force users. That's not a good. When you give evil people superpowers, they're gonna do bad shit.
Yeah.
And they can never agree on anything because they have
Yeah,
like
so-
this dominance over each other. So
Like, so not only are they warring among the Jedi and random people, they're also causing chaos amongst themselves. Like, so they're in a constant state of fighting. And, again, superpowered evil people fighting is going to have ramifications that ripple out from just their one battle. Also, Sheev, possibly the worst Sith to ever haunt the galaxy. No. Ravan. Isn't he a lot more powerful than Palpatine? Or
Revan
as
was
powerful?
a lot more powerful, yeah. But
Yes, like-
Revan was also had like horrible story after I think the MMORPG hit the
Ugh.
game. Yeah.
Okay. He was supposedly a strong source of misery and corruption, spreading hatred and darkness with his empire. Like, yeah, again, that would have happened either way, Force powers or not. If you take Sheev with his personality and just make him a conniving politician, it would have happened the exact same way. Except you're just adding Force powers on top of that. So during his reign, it would make sense that the Force, being the energy field that lives in harmony with life in the galaxy, would be weakened by his presence. Based on what? So it would make it harder for others to tap into it. Again, based on what?
This is
We are using
the-
headcanon here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Darth
this is-
Vader was not weakened.
Yeah, and even then, it's like it's contradicted by the prequels, regardless if you like it or not.
Mhm.
Like in there, they never said, "Oh, we are weaker because we got the sick clothes, but we don't know why." Like they never say that line, or they never say, "Oh, we are weaker than previous generations, and we don't know why." They never say that.
Hello,
So-
Turkey.
Even this is like it's not established in the lore, for
Mm-hmm.
I know it. So
Well, like
Yeah,
even in
there's
the
no
prequels-
mention of this in the movies at all.
yeah,
in the
nothing.
prequels themselves, like they talk about like your metachlorian count determines the ease in which you'll
How
be able to
powerful-
use the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a more physical manifestation.
Yeah. Like, so I don't know where this guy is getting this from. Like, how is Palpatine being around contributing, like affecting your metachlorian count?
He fucked the Force. That's how he created Anakin. So
Yeah, but that's like manipulating the metachlorians to make life. That's fine. Like it's
Yes.
stupid, but it's stupid, but it's fine. But how does that make other Force users lose power?
Weaker. Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was ever his plan to do any of that. He just wanted an empire. That's all.
Yeah, like and okay, if well, let's go with that premise. Let's go with that premise. A single Sith can fuck up every other Force user. How did the Sith lose?
That's a good
Like-
question because the only way to fix
He can't.
Seriously.
you can.
Like, seriously,
You're like as soon as you're close, it's like you get potion, but it's not for an attack directly for being on the area. You're weaker.
mhm.
Yeah, it will be extremely difficult for a Jedi. One thing for sure, you will know that there's a seat close because if your powers are less, more easy to detect it. But even then, it's like, where are you getting this, mate? Where are you getting this?
Mm-hmm. Like all the going on comic books, in the Old Man Logan comic book, like the premise is that the supervillains of the Marvel universe all like put aside their differences, their petty differences, and they attacked the superheroes en masse in a single like focused war, and they won because they outnumbered the heroes 10-1. It would be like that if this guy's headcanon is correct. Then all the Sith would have to do. We know that there was a war between the Sith and the Jedi. They were a concentrated fighting force. If the Sith can diminish the abilities of the Jedi, how did they lose?
Mm-hmm.
Like if they can
No way.
in this case, it's not outnumbering them, but it is directly inhibiting your main threat's ability to act against you. And they still lost. How the fuck?
So yeah, how bad you has to be for like you get the advantages, everything, and you still lost. Or like, yeah, you suck. Just go for the dark space. Like,
the reason, if I remember correctly, the reason why they lost is because they are so much infighting, and the Jedi are more cohesive.
yeah,
It's not the fact that
Yes.
the Jedi are fucking weak.
it's like they don't fight in each other like the Sith does.
Like,
Like,
however retarded the prequels were, there was a line that like the Sith were extinct for a millennia.
yeah,
Okay, this is why Luke had a hard time reaching his lightsaber here and lifting the X-wing. No.
if
No.
that were not to the case, then why Yoda can do the thing that he did? Like he left the
Yes.
X-wing.
Yes,
How he
and
did
like,
that? If he
and
were
his-
not to be diminished.
if his explanation is that Yoda's weaker, I'm like, yeah, Yoda was about to die.
Yeah.
Like when you're a couple months away from dying of old age, you're not exactly as sprightly as you were 50 years prior to that date.
Yeah, you're not gonna be running around just 20 miles, not prone. Like you will be a struggle just to do something.
And also, Luke at that point, the point in the picture, that's like the Empire Strikes Back is set a couple years after,
3 years after the events
Yeah.
of New Hope.
and he has had no Force training aside from the couple, hours or so he had with Obi-Wan on the way to where Alderaan used to be.
Yeah.
So he's having to self-train. Like,
But
and
he's
that's yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so no wonder he can't move a lightsaber a couple of feet into his hand without struggling and concentrating. Like, no shit. He's barely had any training, and he's been having to practice on his own, like basically fumbling around in the dark, like throwing shit at the wall to see what works.
Yeah.
and even then, his canon, like it does not even make any sense because if we went on to consideration the rise of Skywalker, you got two Sith and a three one which will be Kylo Ren. Like you got Kylo Ren, Snoke, and Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
Three dark users. more than they were in the Empire Strikes Back, which were true. So even on his own logic, he will be wrong.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Like, what the fuck? Also, it's not even just Snoke. It is an entire clone, fucking vats of Snokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus, like those cultists on the Exegol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
If
so.
we were not data users, yeah, you will be fucked. Like this man logic. Oh my god.
Well, for the sake of argument, let's kind of compartmentalize Rise of Skywalker as not.
Yeah.
Because holy
Yeah.
fuck, does Rise of Skywalker fuck this guy up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Okay, so why did Luke have such a hard time reaching his lightsaber, lifting the X-wing? While Rey is clearly outclassed by Luke in The Last Jedi, she learns how to do mind tricks, tune into the Force to fight Kylo, who was previously pushing her back, grab the very same lightsaber with a lot less effort. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That is a problem. Because to do mind tricks, okay, Luke
Training.
saw Obi-Wan use mind tricks to get them past an Imperial checkpoint.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he asked Obi-Wan, what was that? And Obi-Wan explained, the Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded. Where was that for Rey?
The only thing Rey received was Maskana told her that, like, hey, here's the Force. You just have to reach out. That's it. I don't know how to use the Force, but I can feel it.
Yeah. But wait. Yeah, oh wait, yeah. I'm getting
some crackpot bitch who is 1,000 years old, like, told her that, like, hey, here's the thing. That's it.
Why is she a cigarette Denny's waitress in your brain? I like that headcanon. This Mosk and I'm like, all right, here's the Force. Here's how it works, kiddo. Okay.
That's the scene for Force Awakens, I swear.
Yeah. A good question for another time. Okay, so yeah, she's able to tune into the Force enough to fight Kylo, who was previously pushing her back. That is also a problem because she is using the Force to gain the advantage over a trained Sith who, according to this guy's own canon, is a cancer on the Force, but she can just stand there indefinitely until she charges her Force meter and unlocks an ultra combo.
Yes.
And she's able to grab the very same lightsaber with less effort. That is also a problem.
Yes.
She doesn't know what Force powers are.
No, even then, it's not that he said before that the Sith, because doing evil things affects the Force. It's not that before actually this fight, they fire their weapon, their planet, the Star Killer base. They fire it, killing 3 planets of people.
Mm-hmm.
So even though, that's another issue you got made. How many units? Oh my god, this guy. It's not even a holds up on his own in the own film, his own theory.
Mm-hmm.
And I never understood whoever defends that, hey, Kylo lost because he got hurt, but that's bullshit. He held up pretty well against the trained soldier who was Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Janitor or not.
And fuck, I hate that.
And I don't know if this is right, because as a little times I not check the lore, but it's not that the Sith, as if they get pain, they get stronger a little.
Yes, so that's why he was punching the
one
wound.
Yeah, so he basically got that little buff even there.
Yeah, I think it's more like the cooler lore aspect from like the legends and like other games. But yeah, I think like it's visually indicated that like whenever like those Sith like get hurt, they actually like have some pleasure in it.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, she can wield the Force better than Luke could at this point. There's no struggling with it, no strain like we saw Luke go through. Maybe because she wasn't about to be eaten by a
a Wampa is less of a threat than a trained Sith Lord.
right here. In this scene right here, Kylo Ren, murderous psychopath with a lightsaber and Force powers. That is more of a threat than a Wampa. What the fuck? It was the exact same kind of situation, except again, a random beast, right, versus an intelligent villain, intelligent in a human term, not. But yeah, someone with human intellect and superpowers, and a weapon that can cut through damn near anything. That's more of a threat. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
However, Kylo was standing right there and picking it up. Standing right there and picking that up was a sure way to tick him off, and Rey knew it. Based on what? Exactly? Huh?
I'm still confused. How can this be the top answer to this goddamn question?
I know, like what? Like this is the best answer, everybody.
Yeah, we have to see the other ones.
Out of 38 answers.
8 answers.
Anyway. It's strange. It's extra strange given that she didn't even have an Obi-Wan character to tell her about learning the Force. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna get training. So, like, very important to a Force user.
Well, but part of the prequels was the idea that Anakin was to restore balance to the Force. A throwaway line to let us know that this guy was going to be Darth Vader, obviously, but all we really see Anakin do in regards to anything that looks like restoring balance is toss the Emperor down a bottomless pit. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's all it took.
Yes.
Maybe with the Emperor dead and the suffering under the Empire over, the Force gained strength. No. The Force just is. And going by every movie that's not Rise of Skywalker, there are two Sith Lords. There are two Sith in the galaxy. There are two of them there. So it's a problem. Like, that's a problem. Going by your own logic, there are two Sith there. The Force should be weakened for her. And yet she won against a Sith. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's all it took. Maybe with the Emperor dead and suffering under the Empire over, the Force gained strength. The Force became easier for people to tap into. Just about every example of people we see in the prequels using the Force is either a Jedi Sith or trained by a Jedi Sith. Usage of the Force isn't something the average person seems to be able to do. Midichlorians, guy. Yeah. Like, people couldn't just pick up accessing the Force for Dummies off a shelf and learn how to manipulate this mystical energy field. However, in the sequel trilogy, it's much more common to see people with no indication of training access the Force. Midichlorians, guy.
Yeah.
Literally, just the word midichlorians debunks all this dumb shit.
Yes.
Yes. How painful it is to, like, say it, but yes.
Yes, even to say something, give something good to the prequels, but yes.
From Rey to Leia to the kid with the... Leia is a Skywalker. Midichlorians.
Yes.
Seems just about anyone can figure out how to use the Force. Okay, is this guy saying that Leia didn't have access to the Force prior to The Last Jedi? Because we saw in The Empire Strikes Back that Luke was able to communicate to her through the Force,
Yes.
and he
Yes.
mentioned that she had it in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but it's like they actually built up on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't just like pull that out of their asses that like, oh, Palpatine is here.
Indeed, Terry McGrew.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, it seems like we can figure out no
And I
longer
love
hard.
it.
Is no longer hard or requiring lots of practice and concentration to lift rocks. Like that's a problem from a story
Yes.
perspective. Like if you can just access superpowers whenever the fuck you feel like it, that fucks up everything. Like unless you see literally everybody doing it and using it in specific ways that's unique to them, that's a problem.
Also, like, it brings up the question that how come 30 years after Palpatine died, Rey is the first one who can actually use this thing? Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of people in the Republic are aware of like Luke Skywalker and like what he did.
Apparently
this
not,
is-
according to the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, even in this is in the Last Jedi. Like this comment even was like this comment is paused in the Last Jedi.
I just
Yeah, even then it's like a fuck up because even on the Last Jedi, they start like, oh look, God Academy, like he was training people. Yeah, they die, but he was doing it, and he does not realize that. Hey, this new patch of people actually learned in the Force more quickly than I ever could. That's odd.
yeah, like all the other Force users that he was training just died because Kylo had a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a lot of his grandfather in him.
Yeah.
True.
Except he didn't do a full measure because some of the younglings apparently escaped. Like the broom boy at the end of that fucking movie can use the Force.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it would have made much more sense if there was like a villain, like in Knights of the Old Republic 2, that they can literally like sense people who can use the Force and they hunt them down each.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Like maybe we should have Kylo do that, but or no, never mind.
Yeah, something like the Inquisitors in even on Rebels, regardless
Yes.
if you like or not. But
The idea of them is good, but like the execution was something to desire.
Were those the guys that were like flying around on their helicopter? Like,
Yes.
yes,
bruh.
yes.
What the fuck is that? How did you do
That was hilarious.
that's why the first movie in the sequel trilogy is called The Force Awakens. You got to see what the Force looks like in a post-Palpatine, post-Jedi era, and I love it. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like Snoke, Kylo Ren. According to your own shitty logic, let's see some of these.
No.
I actually really like the explanation of this. While I really enjoy all the films, all three trilogies, my brother's been complaining about it since The Last Jedi came out. Your brother is smarter than you. Guy with Naruto, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I never thought I would see something as cursed as that.
Oh my
Like y'all
god.
complain about the cursed memes I put in the sloppy chat. But
Yes,
Jesus
I
Christ.
know.
Oh my god.
Very interesting point of view. Thank you for the great answer. You're an idiot. Like, or maybe
Yes.
maybe
Yes.
lack
Yes.
any viable storytelling, and the bosses at Disney want a powerful female force user no matter what the cost.
These
Yes,
guys know it.
Yes,
Yes.
they
These
get
guys
it.
know it.
yes, yes. I
Yeah.
would upload if I bothered to have an account. Or wait, maybe I can. We'll see. Hey, there we go.
Hey, victory.
Huzzah.
Let's see the other comments on that.
Oh, this is worse. This is much worse.
Oh.
Jacob Ross. Like analyst, fan, and writer of science fiction and fantasy. Okay, so this guy should absolutely know how to construct a story. The hero's journey, incrementally increasing your character's abilities. Blah,
Joseph
blah, blah.
Campbell's a monument.
Yep. I also like the soup. Okay, gonna break this question apart piece by piece. Who has no training? This is false in spirit.
Okay.
Okay, let's see it.
All right. Ray is an excellent melee combatant as she demonstrates excellent staff fighting skills when she
No.
skills 3 thugs early in the
Oh my
sword-like
God.
weapon. Sword-like weapon, everybody.
Hey,
I mean-
if I'm good with one weapon, then that means that I'm gonna be a professional at every single one.
Yes.
I can hear Shadaversity in the background. So like saying, "You're wrong."
Shepherd's pie.
I can just hear
Like-
matriculations being shouted all the way from Australia.
Yeah. I mean, if you want an explanation, like to use a staff, it's very different to use a sword. They use different stances, they use different holdings, and even attacks are different. Everything is different to using a staff and a sword. So
Even like the training for your muscles is very different for like the
Yes.
type of sword you're gonna use.
yes.
Yeah.
Like going at it from a gun guy perspective. Okay, I have a rifle, I have a shotgun, I have a pistol. You're very different, very, very different in the way you use them.
Yes.
Like even like a shotgun and a rifle are similar in the way you hold them, but your accuracy will be a lot different because they fire different projectiles. Like,
Mhm.
It's different. It's a different weapon. You have to use it differently, and I would say it's even more intricate. It's easily more intricate with melee weapons.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hello, Proton.
Hey, Proton.
Hello.
But yeah, like Ray has an answer to that too, because Han Solo literally has a scene with her that like he asks her that like, oh, do you know how to use a gun? And like, oh yeah, you pull the trigger.
Yeah. Wait, first of all, no. And all of you guys listening, you do not pull the trigger. You squeeze it. If you pull the trigger, you're going to increase the recoil. You're the way your hand pulls back when there's recoil. You're gonna fuck yourself up. It's like you're not pulling. You're not pulling like you're hooking something and pulling it towards you. You're squeezing. That's that basic shit. Like, and that's just with a gun. A gun is just like a point and shoot. Like melee weapons are far more intricate.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, excellent melee combatant, fighting skills, 3 thugs early in episode 7. Her abilities apparently give her a reputation as a scavenger that captured BB-8, didn't even put up a fight when she blatantly steals his rightful find. Or it could be the fact that the guy. Okay, I'm gonna look this up because yeah.
That is really reaching, by the way. Like that stupid ass scene. Nothing happens there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe I'm correct in my assumption that this dude's the size of a Jawa.
Yes.
Look at look. This is a tiny little dude.
The fuck is that midget's gonna do with that woman?
Look at him.
You cannot do anything.
It's like, not today, my friend.
Like, okay, like it's not her reputation that she's a great fighter. It's the fact that she's bigger than him.
Yes. Well, maybe the guy had like bad memory, like Ray is like one of his exes. So like,
God.
oh.
She wouldn't close her fucking mouth. Jesus Christ. It's like I hate the way you can't close your fucking mouth. It's so fucking annoying. Blatantly steals his rightful find. Ray's force experience is indeed untrained, but her experience with the force is greater by the time she awakens in episode 7 than Luke's was at the end of episode 4.
Okay.
How, please? How? Like, okay, by the time she mind tricks that guard, she's been physically controlled and knocked unconscious by Kylo Ren, mind probed by Kylo Ren, and in the process learned to both resist the probe and return the favor.
How?
But how does that even? That is like so bullshit. Because the same scene happened with Poe Dameron when he was captured.
Yes.
Like I guess like Kylo wasn't really into Poe because he's like so straight. But if Poe was a chick, then I guess Poe would have also learned the Force.
You know what? I actually like this explanation because like if that applies in the real world, I'm just gonna go up to Mike Tyson and just have him punch me a little bit, and then I'll gain all of his boxing experience.
Yes.
Because if it happens to you, you know how to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, if someone shots you in the head, then you know how to do that.
Yeah, as soon as you recover, you know how to shoot.
I put that shit off in New Vegas, so
yeah.
Just shots, really.
She's given visions by the Force via Anakin's lightsaber, taught by Maz Kanata how to feel the light and access it.
That scene is terrible.
Okay, Maz didn't teach any fucking thing. What?
Nothing. Like
Nothing.
Where do you get in this? Where do you get in this?
God, this is what happens. None of this is accurate.
And you're a writer. This guy's a writer. He writes books. He thinks
can we
about
check
this
out
stuff.
the scene?
Oh yeah. Let's pull that up. Max Canada. What? Oh, didn't spell the first one right. Stop. Boop, boop. Okay, so
I think it's after the second half.
we're gonna skip all
Yeah,
this.
that's the one.
Lightsaber was Luke's and his father's before him, and now it calls to you.
Okay, actually, let me just real quick.
If you're still online.
So we're not avoiding copyright. We can
Yes.
still have the audio.
Yeah, I got the audio.
Han told me.
Taking your hand.
Dear child, I see your eyes. You already know the truth. Whomever you're waiting for on Jakku, they're never coming back. But there's someone who still could. The belonging you seek is not behind you, it is ahead. I am no Jedi, but I know the Force. It moves through and surrounds every living thing. Close your eyes. Feel it. The light. It's always been there. It will guide you. The saber.
That's it.
That is that's it.
Thank you for subscribing to Skillshare.
Can you imagine this guy actually learn for Skillshare? That was hilarious. Ah,
Good God. But like that's everything. That is all the training. Like, okay, when like they're obviously because J.J. Abrams can't come up with his own ideas, he aped that from Empire Strikes Back with Yoda, and
Yeah.
that's Yoda's life. You know, the Force. It's like its energy surrounds us and penetrates us. Life creates it. It makes it grow. We're luminous beings. Like that's during Yoda giving Luke active training in the Force. Like that is him, that is what he's using to try and help expand Luke's mind when he hit a plateau in his ability to use the Force. That was the first time Rey experienced any Force anything.
Yeah, before that, like there was nothing because
Yeah.
she didn't
Yeah.
encounter anyone.
yeah, she even thought the Force was true. Like,
Like those literally just Maz telling her the Force exists, and that gives her all the powers.
yeah. And it's even more ridiculous when you're gonna see the rest of the response. Because I read a little, and oh my god, I can see.
Okay, furthermore, Luke had never even heard of the Force when he met Obi-Wan. Thanks, Uncle Owen. Yeah, he had never heard of the Force,
Yeah.
and then he met a master wielder of the Force, a man who had used it, who had been trained in it since he was a child, and used it in combat for decades. Rey, on the other hand, had avidly sought out all the stories she could possibly find about the Force, Luke. She thought Luke Skywalker was a myth.
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
Like,
what-
and even if we were not to go for a myth, like the stories that are gonna be, they're gonna be a lot of false things. Like they're things
Yeah.
that are not accurate. So
Mhm.
even then, she will like get a false depiction of the Force. Like if we were not to for this guy, a false depiction of the Force. Like
Mhm.
what?
Like
Why?
guys, I heard there's a myth about Paul Bunyan. That means I'm a 12-foot tall lumberjack with a giant blue bison.
Like I could see pull that shit up.
Boy, it's only a myth.
A myth there's real somehow.
My mouth can close.
Ah,
Like she knew the kinds of things the Force could supposedly let you do. No.
no, like if we went on to
And
go
then
even
Han told
further,
her it was real. He just contradicted himself.
even
Okay,
on this, even going for our own world, when we see stars compared for all gods, their powers, if you see different times, you're gonna see like the gods cast different powers, that a lot of things here and changes, but you're not gonna be thinking of one day to be like someone on to pop up and say, "Oh, the gods are real." Like, what the things of the stars could be real or could be bullshit and could be like totally contrary.
like if
Like,
we're going on the premise of these movies that okay, even though it was only like 30 years ago, like the tale of Luke Skywalker fell into myth. That could just be battlefield myth.
yeah,
Like some
Yeah.
kind of like Republic propaganda or some shit. Like
yeah, even to that, or it could be a legend, or it could be a story to tell to kids that even the grown-ups know. This is bullshit. This is never happened. It's like a story to let them dream.
yeah, exactly, exactly, Darren McHugh. Like, man, if you got a 30-1 KDR in COD, then yo, you're a Navy SEAL, brother.
The army needs you.
Okay, compare that to Luke before he shows up in the Death Star at the end of Episode 4. He has witnessed Obi-Wan mind trick a guard. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
actually seen the Force firsthand.
Yes.
Blindly
times.
blindly deflected some blaster shots from a remote with a lightsaber at Obi-Wan's direction. Okay, so he's he's seen the Force, and he's used the Force under a Force Master's tutelage.
Yeah, but like it's cherry picking it because there were numerous. I think like 2 scenes before that like Luke failed, and Obi-Wan had to like step in and like tell him that like, hey, like just trust your feelings, and such things like that.
Be a master to say like, like a master would be like. I know, for example, that I tried to bow and arrow, and the master like let you to do some things, but if you fuck it up 2 times or 3 times, they tell you, "Hey, do this." It's like, do this, and you're gonna do it, and you do that, and you make it. The same he does there, like a master should.
Mm-hmm. Like, been told what the Force is, and that tapping into it is about stretching forth with your feelings. Like, ta-da! Rey has more non-Force experience than Luke at comparable points. How did you know?
How?
No.
How are you right?
That's like against your point.
that is literally the opposite. Like,
yeah. Like,
okay, so
this is a parody. This is a parody. Like,
I don't know. Like,
this I imagine this guy write this. This is fake, but I'm gonna write it just not to see if people eat it up or not. That will be hilarious.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Lastly, Obi-Wan already told Luke that it partially controls your actions. Like, and then Luke demonstrated that by using that lightsaber to block the remote blast like a boss. The Force teaches you. No, it's
no.
It's like your own reflexes, right? Like those impulses, you don't have to consciously use them, but they're still a part of your body's, motor functions. Like, and you can train your reflexes to be faster. Like, that's how the Force works. That is actually how the Force works. It's not the fucking spider sense where it just moves. It just reflexively moves your body without your consciousness. No training really doesn't mean anything in this case. Yes. What you described, this is not training. This
is
training.
100%.
You even said at Obi-Wan's direction. That is training.
This guy contradict himself using that argument. So like, what are you doing?
Been told what the Force is. Like, deflected blaster shots at Obi-Wan's direction. That is training.
Yeah.
Like being brain raped.
No, it's not training.
Being brain raped and having hallucinations and hippy dippy bullshit is not training.
Hey, but actually, let's go back to Berserk. Like, Griffith being tortured made him the most fucking powerful person in the universe.
No, not even that. No. In Berserk, that's like the only reason he got the only reason people get the billet. No, I'm just saying, for people that don't know.
Good job.
For people that don't know.
You tapped the Berserk button.
For people that don't know, they're in Berserk, in the world of the manga Berserk. There are these little things called ballets. And like they are these little like egg-shaped things with facial features strewn about them in weird ways. When certain specific people with certain attributes get the bailet, in times of extreme emotional and physical distress, they can activate the bailet and become demons. Like the character Griffith, who was one of the like biggest, most important characters in the anime, in the manga. He had the Crimson Bailet, the Egg of the King, that made him one of the God Hand, like the most powerful demons in the world of Berserk. But he had to, the only reason he got that is because he was special among the special people, that those only people that can access, that can even get a Bailet in the first place. like, and that's the okay. So I think we've established that Berserk is better written than J.J. Abrams' Star Wars.
Of course.
I mean, you don't
It's just
have to
like
argue.
if this intellectual person would write something about Berserk, it would have probably sound like that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, who has no training? Anyway, is apparently a nobody. Like, what a meaningless concern. No. The problem is, the reason that is a meaningful concern is that she just has these abilities out of fucking nowhere. Somehow. Like, and people are trying to rack their brain at the time. We're trying to rack their brains for an explanation, and the explanation they came to was midichlorians, and midichlorians are a biological thing that can be passed down, like it was from Anakin Skywalker to his children. So their explanation is she probably is somebody, and given that other movie that we're not going to mention because it completely fucks this argument. Turns out that that's correct. Like, who were Obi-Wan's parents? Ahsoka Tano's, Mace Windu's, Obi-Wan.
Who cares? Like it
Obi-Wan.
doesn't. Like all of them had training, like
Yes.
at the dojo, if you will.
Yeah. All of them were taken as children.
Yes, trained for
they-
decades or even centuries.
Yeah,
Centuries in Yoda's case.
Yeah, and in the case that they do that, just that the bonds that they did not make any bonds with their fathers or with their parents, just not to happen anything bad for the the Jedi Order. So like they don't matter. So like they make Obi-Wan, they make Ahsoka, just it's done. Like it does not matter for the Order.
Like Anakin Skywalker, chosen one extraordinaire, was the son of a slave on a backwater desert planet of Tatooine. And he was the one that was made by Darth Plagueis and Palpatine, but we'll just ignore that, I guess.
Yeah, like they tried Disney like recently made it like non-canon that happened, but I think that it's still like way more plausible.
It's part of the prequel. How is it non-canon if it's part of the prequels that happened?
Because it's
Disney.
in the Plagueis now that event
Disney,
happened.
Yeah, and so mostly.
But it
of
doesn't
the-
make much sense because like it's
Palpatine-
so connected to like what George Lucas had in mind. So
Palpatine said that we manipulate midichlorians to create life.
yes, that's like a direct reference there.
He said that, and then he looked menacingly at Anakin for a long time, like I shouldn't need to mention. What should you not need to mention? I should need to mention that the dramatically superior connection to the Force he demonstrates as a child over Rey or Luke is giving us a much higher ceiling of what's possible for the untrained than people are whining about with Rey. No. Okay, Anakin as a boy demonstrated Force powers because he was able to pod race as a child because he had quick reflexes. Like reflexes faster than a normal human. And then that was it. And then cut to Anakin as a promising student to a Jedi Master. And even then, he went up against a Sith Lord, and he lost an arm.
Yeah.
His first battle with a Sith Lord, he lost an arm. He was knocked on his ass before he even crossed sabers with Dooku, and then he lost an arm at the end of the fight. But let's step beyond what's normal for Star Wars and even consider what's good for Star Wars. Rey is not.
The Rey is bad for Star Wars and for stories in general.
Yeah. It's like, do you know what happens when you're in a supposedly huge universe and you keep running into the same people or same people connected to the same people? Like, this is not the problem.
Oh, wait for Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. even on then, like even if we were not to think like what he's trying to say, like you can do it. You can have a character. Like you could have made a perfect backstory to Ray of what happened perfectly. Like to say, oh well, she was an entrade. She was a Padawan, but her memory was erased just to protect her. Her Jedi Master, the one who was training her, got into hiding. Something happened, and she left on this planet, knowing that she will be safe. But you could have made that, but they fuck it up on the film or in the next one, or the Rise of Skywalker is like, yeah, fuck it up for now.
And an even better way of fixing that is to erase the Rey character entirely and make
Yes.
the Jedi. The
Yes.
Jedi in training.
Like
Yeah.
first thing that when I saw the stupid ass poster for Force Awakens, I was like thinking like Finn is gonna be the Jedi,
Yes.
and Rey is like some kind of like kitchen equipment, but like it was even worse.
Like have like Rey. If we're gonna have Rey be anything, like have her be the pilot. Like
No. That will be that will be the Mexican should be. You gotta make her like it will. You could have make her to be a support. Let's say that she upgrade her staff to be like the electrical staff, like in the Clone Wars. So like it's able to bring support. Yeah. Able to bring support. Yeah. As soon as the fight starts to get serious, she will get her ass knocked out. But at least she can help in some way.
Yeah. And honestly, like the vibro blade, like Alexis, you just made it a lot better. But because her being able to take out like 3 guys at once would make a lot more sense if her staff had like hidden vibro blade abilities.
Yeah.
Just like literally, you're just hitting them with a stun baton.
Yeah.
Also,
that would be great.
Just noticed the related questions: is Luke Skywalker gay? Do we want to cover? Do we want to look at that after we're done?
Please no.
What happened now? What happened now?
I kind of want to look at that after we're done with this. Anyway, if you answer that the universe doesn't feel very big anymore, you nailed it. Oh, you mean like in? You mean like
in that
in
film?
The Last Jedi? Like, bruh.
Oh yeah.
What? How? The Last Jedi takes place a day after, right?
Yes, even the same day actually, because like from what we see is that Rey just like goes with the Falcon to this planet, takes you off, and just meets Luke Skywalker. Meanwhile, the First Order just arrives at that same planet that they were trying to destroy from the last movie. So it's the same day essentially.
Lord.
And the events of The Last Jedi is only 2 days, so keep that in mind.
It's extremely problematic. Okay, kill yourself. You say if X is problematic, just die. It's extremely problematic for anyone of consequence or everyone of consequence to be connected to someone else of consequence. If you're talking about like, what do you mean by I know he means like familially connected, but like people of consequence are going to find other people of consequence. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
If you are somebody important, you will meet other important people.
Yeah, that will be better word, better line to put there than whatever he put there.
Yeah.
It's just
like related. That's just a bit of grammar, just related.
People with stands draw other stand users.
Nani? You can get away with a few connections for drama's sake, but too much, and your thoroughbred universe becomes an inbred one.
The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi.
No, it's Rise of Skywalker is because like if you think about like Vader was a creation of Palpatine raping the Force, and Rey is a Palpatine clone. So
No,
don't worry.
even
We
if-
do that. We do that on our own.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about it, Proton.
More powerful than Luke Skywalker. So much to unpack here. Die.
What are you gonna say, man?
No, it's more things to bury in 6 feet.
Like,
On
let's
the-
get the easy one out of the way. Everyone and their dog answering this question has already pointed out that this is definitively not true for TLJ Luke versus TLJ Rey. Like, Luke's projection at the end is the single most impressive force feat we've seen in any of the movies, aside from when Rey literally beat him in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't. Like,
Me neither. Like, Ray is able to surpass everything that Luke has ever made in a couple of days. Like, in a couple of days.
Like,
Just think about it. In a couple of days, he managed to beat a Jedi Master
and
in a fight.
Going by what Kylo Ren said, like, oh, you're not doing this. The strain of it would kill you. Okay, and then we see Luke do it, and the strain of it killed him.
Yes, that was a detail that I forgot on the first watch.
Yeah, like we have okay. So the strain of it would, if Luke is not weaker than Rey, then he should have lived through the projection, right?
Yes.
Okay. But he died. So I don't. You fucking why didn't you unpack the fucking movie that you watched? I haven't seen that movie in 4 years, and I remember that shit.
Yeah.
It demonstrates that while Luke may not be the space god fans that. Oh no! You know what? At this point,
Fucking yes. Yes. Damn it.
No. And I will be. Yeah, and I will ever more. I would like to see an overpowered Luke if it went on to be well written.
yeah.
If it went on to give him that, I will not have problems.
I don't like that. Like everyone tries to bring up that, like, oh well, if we had like a powerful Luke, then how would he survive that situation with 12 AT-ATs? Like fuck that. Like, write a different scene.
Yeah,
like not that one.
Yeah, if you wanted
not
on to be
that.
Sure.
I don't understand what goes through people's mind. Like, okay, this is what I saw in the movie. Therefore, there's no other way for that to have happened.
It could have happened Mills' way.
You have $200 million to come up with anything else than this shit.
Yeah.
And this was their best shot.
Yeah, Proton, like, you know what? Like I said, yes, I want Space God Luke as opposed to wet blanket fucking milquetoast nothing Luke that we got. I would much rather have the Grandmaster Luke Skywalker, who's able to like focus on the Force, right? He's able to put his hand out on the Force and touch the shatter points of specific objects and just make them explode. I would rather have that than what we did. Oh, go away. Leave my island. Ugh.
And drinking green milk.
Fucking,
I want to drink my milk. Get off my island.
Oh,
Get out of here.
I really like that skit that Red Letter Media did, that the main conflict on the island would be Yoda's ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Getting up and telling that, like, oh, now you have to milk the thing.
This Yoda's just fucking with him with the Force, torturing him. He can't even kill himself because Yoda's just like catching him.
Yoda want milk.
You want milk? Milk make you stronger.
What?
Oh my god.
Anyway, like, also, like, I just want to know, like, how is a projection, even going by the canon of the movie, how is a projection the most powerful thing anyone can do? It's literally just a step up from the mind trick. Obi-Wan did it in the beginning of episode 5.
Yes.
I know the Force goes, blah blah, whatever, but like nothing about that was made it seem like it was difficult.
No, not at all.
Maybe it was the color change from blue to like regular, like realistic Technicolor.
Yes.
Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like upgrading to Roy G. Biv kills you, I guess.
But it's even worse in the next one because then they can teleport objects throughout like light
no.
years of
Literally,
distance.
like, okay, you can make a hologram of yourself, right? That's the most powerful thing. But you can move physical objects in between entire star systems
Yeah.
with ease. And what?
Yeah.
Star
that
Wars
will be
is
more
on the
impressive.
scale. Star Wars is on the scale of a galaxy. Not even you.
Like, imagine how far Kylo Ren would be. Like, if we went on to be more far than even Luke Skywalker were at the end of the Last Jedi, like, it could be like, yeah, that would be the more impressive feat that every other Jedi pull off. Just like that.
Yeah.
And he did not die. Like, he did not pull the color of Rey and immediately die after that. No.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God, we can't. I know we said that we were going to compartmentalize Rise of Skywalker out of this discussion, but we can't.
We can
can't,
because
yeah.
as soon as what he put an explanation, immediately is contradicted by the other films. Immediately. Just like that. And oh my god.
But okay. Even like let's try again. Let's try and put Rise of Skywalker out of this situation. I
All
want
right.
to know from the Last Jedi, why is making a force projection of yourself a death sentence if you're not powerful enough? Why? How? Why? How?
The only explanation that I could see it is that if they were not to be light years away, but even then it's like we don't know what is space projection, how many costs, how many times it will be for dependent on the light years away, how difficult it is.
This isn't like on a Star Wars video game when you can like there's obvious like okay you need force power times X
To
to
do
be able
this.
to pull off
Yeah.
like we don't have that with these like it's not like the force is not like spelled out like that for us. Like aside from the fact that until Rey you needed training to be able to use it, but whatever.
Yeah, where it's like, yeah, you don't need training. You can become a Jedi without no training.
Yeah, just the power of vagina will give you. Anyway,
let's get to the first point because we'll be here for a long time.
He's still one of, if not the strongest Jedi we've ever seen.
Immediately contradicted by the scene of Rey lifting an entire 3-4 X-wings of trucks
Yes.
single-handedly, like without a problem.
Isn't this the same? This is the same motherfucker that earlier. What was it said? The Force. Yeah, right here. The Force partially controls your actions. Luke demonstrated this. Okay, if the Force partially controls your actions and teaches you how to do things, and Luke is one of, if not the strongest Jedi we've seen, how did he lose a fight to Rey?
Yeah. Like if it weren't for that last check, it would not. It not should that happen.
Like, bruh. Like,
fucking hell.
If Luke is more powerful, he has more force, and more force means more of the force controlling your actions, making you a better combatant. And yet he lost. But what about Luke's journey? What about Luke on his journey versus Rey on hers? Many people have complained that Rey advanced just so much quicker than Luke, and they're not totally wrong. Okay, so stop.
Good,
everything, all of this.
It's necessary.
Delete all of this shit gone.
In the shit up in like there is above. eliminate as well. So like lift that,
So yeah,
and you will perfect
well yeah, just keep this.
this.
Yeah,
This.
yeah. Anyway, there are in fact several reasons that this happens. Some in universe and some narrative.
And this is the
One, the
part.
audience is too familiar with the Force to go slow this time.
Really?
All right. Do I have to say that you could have fixed this by saying that Ray got a yeah burn. Yeah, you could have fixed this without occurring mercy by just saying, "Oh, Ray was a Padawan 2 years ago. His master left. He's dead now. Like she does not know it, and she got a little training in the Force." You could have fixed that because they were like, yeah, she knows her powers, she got them, I will know how to use them, and it's not like I pull her on my ass, like know everything. It's like no, you fix all the issues. Well, there's still issues on the rest Skywalker that's not
That
gonna
would
fix.
be,
But
Just-
yeah, but
I
at
just,
least you could say you try.
I love how his explanation is people have short attention spans, therefore we shouldn't stick to standard writing conventions.
Um,
But all those movies are like at least 2 hours long, plus 2 hours and 2.5 hours. I think that was the length of Last
is
Jedi.
literally the Last Jedi is the second longest one.
yeah,
Rise of
and
Skywalker just barely beats it out.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, like even on there, like in the larger, there are many scenes that you can just cut it off, and it's not gonna increase the different quality, but it's gonna be like reduced the time. So like you could say, I lost less time of my life watching this movie, and it's not gonna change your experience at
You,
all.
you, you can like pull this shit off because they're literally like Finn and Rose's journey in this movie, like Last Jedi. It was entirely pointless. What did
Yeah.
they achieve? What did they achieve? Like they got rid of Phasma. That's it. But she would have died anyway
Yeah.
in that
Like,
situation.
You literally could have just gotten rid of them, and she would have died. She could have died during the Hodor maneuver.
But like the entire like operation of Holdo relies on the fact that like the First Order would be dumb enough to not look out of their windows and like see like, oh look, transport ships.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, and we see,
and if
we see fucking Hux looking out of a view screen.
Yes. Apparently, it has like anti-radar technique, like tech, whatever it was called. It was so dumb.
They brought up in episode 5 cloaking devices. They exist
Yes.
in the Star Wars universe.
yes,
You can have it be
in
Star. You can
Clone
have it
Wars.
be Star Trek-esque, where it like completely. It doesn't just cloak you from like sensors. It completely makes you invisible.
Well, in space, it's kind of pointless to be completely invincible. So like you just need to be invincible for the radars. Something like Mass Effect, that like the Normandy, it's just able to
Yes.
keep all the signals that you will send, like just keep it so you don't get detected immediately. Like
Mhm.
you should do that. Yeah, you're fine. No one is gonna see you. And also that you got something like a really wide, a paint job on your vehicle or escape pod. Yeah, in that case, light reflection, you may get spotted, but that will be like, yeah, you were dumb enough for it. But
Mhm.
yeah, there's so many ways not to fix that scene, or
Just
even
paint-
in this,
paint your ship black and put like white dots on it.
yeah, or no, even on the Clone Wars, there was a clocking ship that able to sneak on. Even on there, like when Finn managed to when escape on the ship, and decided to get to Counterbite, they did not got a ship that is stealthy. So like they got a ship and no one followed them. So like
Yeah, like
This-
them being able to get to and from Canto Bight with no issue fucks the entire slow space chase up because you can just leave anytime. Why not make a couple trips?
Yeah,
Yes.
imagine you got a trip. You get all the generals, all the important people out. You got into counterpart. You left them there. You go. You take a little the other general, the less important people. You get them out. You let the soldiers there, and you tell them, well, we're gonna see, and just leave and just like let them to die.
Not even the soldiers. You get a droid to do the Hodor maneuver, right?
Yes, you could do that.
You fake the life signatures, right?
No, and not even you need a fucking droid like that. That whole maneuver is just dumb. It's just a real whole Star Wars I don't gonna get into. But even then, in the Clone Wars, they managed not to pull, a scene like a ship crashing on a ship even better
Yes.
without not breaking the lore. So like Anakin deciding not to get a ship, get a clause to say, they realize, there's gonna impact on this ship. He left.
Somebody has
He left
arrived.
the. No, he left it.
Right!
Perfect.
Punch
so-
the enemy!
All right. So
I'm just here to say, fuck whatever cunt wrote this stupid, fucking goddamn garbage, retarded ass Quora article.
Oh yeah.
it's a writer,
Oh.
by the way.
Shut the fuck up, Alexis.
Goddamn. Fucking hell, dude. Like, Jesus Christ.
How many
audience-
retarded mental gymnastics do you have to perform to be able to qualify for the special fucking Olympics to write this fucking bullshit?
Like Proton Stalker said, poor craftsman blames his tools. Poor storyteller blames the audience.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah.
In that one, perfection.
Stupid
Right on
breed, stupid. That's why I'm so fucking mad.
To be quite frank, people wouldn't have the patience to watch Ray
Shut up.
get it as slow as Luke does. But we have the patience to sit through Canto Bight.
No, stop. You don't even need to bring up that shit. We had the patience to sit through Luke.
Yeah.
Drinking milk.
Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter how many times I watch like The New Hope or Empire Strikes Back. I always like get entertained because it's like so many things to like watch or like notice like in the background.
Had the patience to sit through Luke. How can you sit there and say this with your dumb, stupid face?
Like the first time through, we're learning about the Force about as fast as he is. That's a narrative decision. It's understandable.
It's not only narrative.
There are other aspects.
It really needs to it for the story to be there.
Okay, listen to me, fucking retard. Luke is a different person than Yoda. He's a different person than Obi-Wan Kenobi. He is, by his very nature, going to teach the Force differently. In a better written story, he would have taught it differently than how Obi-Wan and Yoda.
A better written
taught
story?
him.
You mean Jedi Academy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god! It's almost like we have resources for you to use, you cunts.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna sacrifice Rush Pennon for the better good.
Because the audience waited how long for this trilogy? Okay, I don't even fuck the trilogy.
Yeah.
You got me. You got Mark. We are fans of Berserk.
Me as well. I got in my desk.
Berserk.
I got in my desk Berserk manga that I buy.
Yeah.
Like some volumes that I buy.
Yeah. We have 3 Berserk fans. Do not tell us that we do not have patience. Don't tell people. When Berserk fans exist, you have no excuse
You know what?
that
I don't even need to bring up Berserk.
my audience
to-
isn't patient. Fuck off.
I don't
Fuck
need to
all
bring
the
up
way
Berserk to tell you how much patience I have. I'm playing Payday 2 right now. I've been playing Cook-Off for the past 6 hours. Haven't passed it once.
Oh.
Because of dumb shit people. And when I was extracting with the last bag of meth, after 40 bags of meth have been cooked, I'm extracting, walking to the van. My game crashes.
And now you're here.
I almost put a hole in my wall, but I am about to leave this apartment, and I'd rather not cause more damage to it.
Yeah.
So what do? I go outside to my car, I grab my cigarettes, I have a smoke in -5-degree weather. By the way, fuck New York.
Yeah,
I
not
have
like
a smoke
in
in -5-degree weather, and then I go back inside and I bitch about Star Wars. That's how I'm letting this. That's how I'm letting all of this hatred and anger go.
Yeah.
And what am I doing right now, Bear?
Yeah.
I'm pulling up Mayhem difficulty again on Cook-Off.
Oh. Well, that's hell you're walking into.
Also, like, okay, I brought up Luke training different than his masters.
Differently.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, Rey is going to learn differently than Luke did. She's a different person. She has had different struggles in life.
Implying that Rey has to learn.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I made the retarded mistake of thinking a character should have to learn and have struggles. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry that
No,
I have
how are we
listen
supposed to
better
empower
rules
women?
of storytelling.
How are we supposed to
Oh,
empower
how to
women
build
if we let them learn?
Disrespect to women! Subjugate those hoes!
You cannot let women learn.
Yes.
If you do, that is incredibly disrespectful to women.
Mm-hmm. It's like having a woman like not be perfect immediately means that you hate women.
No, just leave it at letting women learn. If you let a woman read the Jedi text, well, if you let a woman read, then that's disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Because you're
It literally ended the Jedi Order.
Like letting a woman read, that's very ableist.
Yeah, it implies that she has sight.
By the way, fuck you, lefties. So done with it. I'm so done with the left. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I'm more left leaning than Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more left leaning than Alexis, than Mark.
Yeah.
I'm so done with the left.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to hear ableism one more fucking time.
Ableism.
If only we had life beyond
Alexis?
politics.
Your life means very little to me.
Covered in it.
Alexis, your life means very little to me, and I'm just petty enough to fly my ass out to Argentina.
Yeah,
Do it.
but here's the problem. Alexis was born in darkness and molded by it.
Yeah.
He still hasn't seen the light because he lives in Argentina.
Yes.
Oh, right. He can talk all the shit he wants. The fact is, he still lives in Argentina.
At least look at the bright side. At least I know in New York.
Yeah.
I'd rather be in New York than Argentina.
It's like winter for him is like a very cold 67 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Okay, Rey's experience with the Force outclasses Luke's. Despite him having, I know. Despite him having a little more time with a mentor than she did.
Okay, so I want to grab this person by the back of the head, or just grab a fistful of the blue-colored hair that I know they have.
This is a dude.
I'm gonna grab a fistful of the blue-colored hair that I know they have, and press them into a screen. Wow, Jacob Ross, you look like a Jacob.
Yeah. You know what you should do? See if he writes something.
Jacob Ross looks like a Jacob, and I mean that as offensively as I can.
No. You know what should
Oh
do,
my.
Zach? You know what should do? See if he writes something, a book, something, and see like if it's good or bad. Imagine.
Here's what you do, journalists. Here, because I'm on your side, and if you're on the same side as me, you're on the side of like writing shit that makes sense. Like I think Jacob with a Ross.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Jesus fucking Christ! I hate his. All right, listen, Jacob. I'm gonna throw you a bone. First of all, alcohol. Like you take some toilet paper or rag or some paper towels or something. Soak it in alcohol, preferably 90, 80, somewhere around there. And you're just gonna wipe it on your face. Do that when you just get out of the shower. That's gonna help with acne that I know you need help with. You're writing for Quora. I assume you're a full-grown man-ish. Why do you still have acne? All right.
Oh my god.
So, I assume we're all on the same side of we want the things we write to make sense to the people that read them, right?
Yeah, and that's not even a question.
That's why I assume we can all agree on.
Yeah.
So going from there, just send me whatever you write. Just send me everything. Pay me, obviously, so that it's actually worth my time. And I'll be your litmus test. I will tell you, hey, this is a dumb shit article, and you should probably not publish this. All right. So Quora, I know you're not listening because we only have 4 viewers, but if you were, I would hope that you would take me up on my offer.
I'm just like reading his description. Data analyst with an economics and math degree.
Okay,
I think about stories, movies, books, TV shows all the time. For your attention, I will delete comments on my answers that should be their own answers. I will also delete comments from people who didn't even read my answer before commenting. Don't be that guy. Wow, what an answer.
Oh my fucking god!
We are absolutely
stupid little slut! You stupid, dirty little slut! I'm gonna kill you.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 that guys. And guess what, motherfucker? You can't delete my YouTube channel, so fuck yourself.
Take that. Pro gamer move.
Fuck you, I'm behind 7 VPNs. Bury this, you fucking casual.
I have 71 Twitter accounts.
Fuck you. I'm in Argentina. Come and get me.
Okay, despite him having see the first section of my answer, it was retarded. By the time she starts using the Force in active way, she had first-hand experience with the Force in action.
Yeah, what? No, okay, no, you're already wrong. You already fucked up, Jacob Ross.
No.
You already fucked up.
No.
Because how did she know how to use the Force?
Like, all she
you already fucked up. You're already wrong.
Zach,
I will direct you.
Zach, we already, I don't know if you saw this, but we looked up the scene where he brought up Maz Kanata, taught her how to access the light. Literally, all Maz Kanata said was, the light, the Force exists.
The light, the Force, it all exists.
Yeah. Like, let the Force lead you to Luke Skywalker, honey, okay?
She sounds like an old Jewish New York mother.
Can blame Mark for that. That's Maz Kanata now.
That's the first impression she got me. Like she's like running a business. Like everyone is simping for her.
Yeah.
Listen, honey, all right, you need to learn about the Force, okay? So you're gonna go to a place called Dagobah.
Jesus Christ, is like, how long have you been in New York?
Sorry?
She's from space, the planet New York.
She's from Space Brooklyn.
Space Brooklyn. Yes.
But no, seriously, like we said, like Luke saw mind tricks happen. He experienced the Force. He was beginning his training with the Force. on their way to where Alderaan used to be.
Where the empty space. Where...
Yeah. No, it's not.
No.
Where,
Sorry.
it's not where
Sorry. The debris field where Alderaan used to be.
Yeah, that new asteroid built.
This new parking space where Alderaan used to be. We have some great real estate for a new Death Star where Alderaan used to be.
that was Palpatine's master plan. He's going to use the Death Star to do a fucking space parking lot scam.
Palpatine is just trying to create new real estate for new space casinos.
The Death Star is just a casino, his prototype for a casino moon, and he wanted all the runs.
No. The Death Star is the space casino security system.
Fucking the Death Star is at 209.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
You have 10 seconds to comply. It just blows up.
Get off my fucking beach. You have illegally parked on my beach.
And then it blows the planet up.
That's
not even a planet. It's just a full power blast at a single X-wing. What maximum firepower at a singular X-wing?
Oh my god.
And then Kylo Ren is saying like, more.
Oh god. She even had the opportunity when Kylo tries to mind rape her to have training/practice session, trial by fire.
Did he actually say mind rape? Did he say mind rape? Where?
Yes.
Where is it saying mind rape? No. He's trying to read her. No, sorry. Reading minds is misogynistic. Oh my fucking god.
No. I'm okay with that because like he's trying to forcibly extract information from her brain. I'm okay with that description of it.
Yeah.
But what
I'm not
okay with,
because I know the context that he's using it. That Kylo Ren is
know.
toxic masculinity.
What I know, but he did it to a man. Whatever.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the movie. So like,
No. I know that is going to be the argument that he makes is that Kylo Ren is an example of toxic masculinity. See here how he rapes a woman.
Like,
a symbol of toxic masculinity. But at the same time, you got the Kylo the Reylos trying not to make it, the
Kylo Ren's toxic masculinity because he mind raped a woman. But what about that scene where he did that to a man?
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man rape is fine. It always has been.
If you rape a man, it's not rape.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just a forcible protein injection. Anyway, again, this trial by fire shit. That doesn't mean you can do. Again, if that's how it works, if that's how reality works, I'm gonna go to Mike Tyson. I'm gonna pick a fight with him, and when I get out of the hospital, I'll be as good a boxer as Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Bold of you to assume you're gonna be able to get out of the hospital.
Well, I mean, he's older now. He can't punch.
No.
His punches don't hit as hard as they used to.
You're wrong. What he can still hit hard. What the problem with him is like his reflex will be a little off, but he can still hit as hard as he when he's young. It's a little more weaker, but it's gonna hit you hard.
No, back in the 80s, like you zoom in on the guys that Mike Tyson knocked the fuck out. Or TKO'd. You zoom in on their face, they all look like he broke some kind of rule somehow just by punching them too hard. They all look like they were sparring with him and he went full force instead of this actually being a boxing match. That's what Mike Tyson's opponents look like.
Why did you have to go and hit me that hard?
Yeah.
Like, we're not trying to kill each other. And he's like, you're not trying to kill each other.
No.
Don't touch me, motherfucker.
Yeah. Motherfucker, you may not be trying to kill me.
But I'm trying to kill you.
Now speak for yourself, little bastard. Oh, well, you can't speak because I knocked the mouth in.
Let's go on for this.
The Force lets you mess. Yeah, okay, no. You being on the receiving end of a thing doesn't mean you can do it. Anyway, Rey has been given Force potential as a proportionate response to Kylo Ren's by the Force itself.
By the okay, so the
you're not-
plot
you're not
gave her Force powers because Kylo was too overpowered. Got it.
You're not equal if you beat the other guy every fucking time.
No, didn't you watch Rise of Skywalker? There was that one time that she didn't beat him.
And then she did because his mommy distracted him.
Well, that was like the universe bending towards Rey, as usual.
Yeah.
Snoke says this, and we don't have a good reason to doubt him. Like when dark side users start making waves, the Force eventually reacts, like by raising up opposition proportional to the threat, except for that one time where all the Jedi died.
Yeah.
What? Rey is strong because Ben Solo, son of Leia, grandson of Anakin Skywalker, is strong. If the Force can cause a virgin birth of Anakin, whose childhood connection is well beyond Rey's, as I mentioned earlier, on a backwater world in the first place, it can cause a nobody kid to have great Force potential of her own, but she has no training. So that means she should lose, but she never does. Literally, never does. Not one goddamn time. Luke had issues, and Rey doesn't, which makes Luke a better character. This is one that too many people forget. Luke didn't go relatively slowly because he's normal. He's very fast. His very first use of the Force, deflecting the remote using the lightsaber, was wildly successful, except for the first two times when he failed miserably.
Yeah.
Like the final attempt was when he was useful. Like, let's ignore that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? If you can successfully do a thing 33% of the time, that means you've succeeded. You're aced it.
Exactly. That's how I passed my exams.
The first time the charm.
Like, who was that? What was that woman sneeze I just heard? What the fuck?
Oh, it was just my girlfriend.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Sorry. You have a woman living with you. Ugh. Anyway, it came as naturally.
You fucking retards! The joke is I'm Mark's girlfriend. God damn it!
I was going for the misogyny angle, not the gay angle.
I didn't want to go public with that, but yeah.
It came as naturally to him as we see it come to Rey later on, except no, Luke.
No, Luke earned that shit. Luke earned the fuck out of that shit.
Luke trained, Rey didn't.
Okay,
That's the difference.
Luke had like some days worth of, or days or weeks training, right? And then he went up against the Sith Lord, and he got his ass handed to him the entire time, and then he got his hand cut off. Okay.
Right, so that's how. Oh, right, and then he got the powers of Darth Vader because,
yeah.
He gets his
losing a hand makes you powerful. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because then he got the Terminator hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The key difference after that point is that Luke has a hang-up, Rey doesn't. Luke has a hard time believing.
Believing in what? He already knows the Force.
Like,
so are we talking about that Luke has flaws? Oh my god.
Yeah, Luke is a character. His argument is that Luke is a character and Rey isn't.
Like Luke struggles, because of the
so
connection
you
with the Force.
just have like all these flaws to be a kid. Yes,
like flaws.
It's almost like you need to be a person.
Yeah.
In order to be a fucking any sort of a compelling character.
And not a master like Rey.
Like, remember when Luke fails to raise the X-Wing out of the swamp? Yoda's disappointed. Like, after, like, a few days of training, maybe, Yoda expected him to go lifting rocks to raising an X-Wing.
Because size matters
Yes.
not.
Yes, that's the point. Like that's how the Force works. If you can lift a rock, you can lift.
If
an
you can
X-wing
dodge a
because
wrench, you can
you
dodge a ball.
I was thinking exactly that. God damn it! I was trying not to say it.
But
yeah,
it's also like not mentioning that cave scene with Luke when like Yoda specifically tells him not to bring the weapon because he's not gonna need it. He does it anyway, and he is the one who draws weapons first, and not.
And not to
Vader.
mention that whole thing is a lesson of you are so quick to fight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. You're quick to anger, and that leads to the dark. Being overly emotional leads to the dark side of the Force.
Yeah, recklessness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hate leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Wait,
Mm-hmm.
what did
No,
I say?
fickle urgency.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Suffering leads to robot.
Flint.
Reject humanity.
Suffering leads to being a
Yes.
robot. Flint Glockwood has entered the chat.
It's like
Oh,
reject humanity. Reject humanity. Embrace robot.
Embrace robot.
And when Luke does fail, Yoda does Yoda say that's okay? It takes a while to get this strong. No.
No,
Luke says,
he
"I
literally
don't
doesn't. He says, he's like, I don't believe it. That is why you failed, you dumb shit.
That's why you failed.
I'm paraphrasing, but I believe that's exactly what Yoda says.
Yeah.
You dumb little stupid dumb nerd.
Like if
Maybe if you fucking listen to me every once in a while.
The lesson is that you are thinking in physical terms. It is physically impossible for a man to lift an X-wing like he could a stone, but with the Force, they are the same thing. That's the point. But what Ray doesn't even get that.
Ray did not get training, any.
Ray just lifts a mountain because of how good she is.
Yeah, Ray marries.
She could just lift a mountain. Fuck it. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
Guys, wouldn't it be cool if we saw a Force user lift a mountain? That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it would. Why? Are you going to bring in Starkiller? No.
Even Starkiller had a harder time. Starkiller had a harder time with the Force.
Starkiller made poop face while he was tossing a fucking Star Destroyer around.
No. I remember that scene. Like, I remember people bringing up, Starkiller can throw like a Star Destroyer around, but Ray, no. That thing was gonna hit the planet anyway. Like, his ability to use the Force was like, okay, if you angle it down slightly, there's a chance that it won't hit you directly.
Yeah.
That thing
Which
was
is still
already
significant.
Yeah, it's still significant because that thing's big as fuck.
Also, he was trained again.
Yeah, he was trained
That's
by
like an
Darth
important
Vader. Darth Vader.
And Darth Vader even recognized him as a stronger Force user than, or
Than
like
his
to
father.
be stronger than the
Potential
Force.
because Jedi mother and Jedi father make Jedi baby have strong Force.
Also, it doesn't help to, or it does help to be based as fuck like Starkiller was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
If you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna kill myself to save the entire Rebel fleet. Go fuck yourselves.
Yep. Sam Witwer. Yeah, boy. Anyway, Luke needs to learn to believe in the Force. That his own hang-ups on what is possible are getting in his way. Meanwhile, if there's anything that we can say about Rey, is that she doesn't have a hard time believing. How
I
doesn't
thought
she
Luke
have
Skywalker was a myth.
That we have to bring up that the story that she learned. Think about
What was the criticism I had of Upgrade? That it felt like the entire plot was on rails or something.
Yes.
That's literally Rey. Rey just feels like she is on a set of rails, and she is just along for the ride.
Yeah. And as long as she encounters any issue in the story, it's like, yeah, there's this way to fix it. Like, just you can move forward. It's like this story just give her the tools, everything needed. Oh my god.
Like, in things, in people, in the Force, almost to a fault. but that never backfires ever.
Yeah, so like
never does.
you
It's
never
almost,
see any
it's almost
flaws.
gotten her killed. It's almost gotten her killed multiple times. No, though.
No.
No, though. Never. No, not once. Like the entire fucking time. Like Kylo goes from the very fucking beginning. Kylo wants her to be his apprentice.
Yes.
She's never in any physical danger ever. Like the one time she was kind of in danger from Snoke. Snoke died immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
her trusting in Kylo Ren got her not killed by Snoke.
Unironically, the surprise decision would have been if Rey would actually be killed by Kylo Ren in that scene.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing how
That'd be a great way to subvert my expectations. Like, please kill this
Yeah.
bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That one was like, yo.
Yeah, like
You
have,
know, went on to
have
pull
the
that.
story be the redemption of Kylo Ren.
That
Like,
would be good.
holy I would have, but my jaw would have hit the fucking floor. Is if
Yeah.
he killed her and then looked up and just ignited that lightsaber into Snoke. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, what in the goddamn is happening right now?
Oh, her issues are not Luke. She has no issues. Never once has had an issue.
Yeah. Now Ray did not get any difficulties on the story. Never a character flaw. Never a problem. Every problem that she faces, immediately gets resolved. So like she didn't get struggle.
Later, Proton.
See you, Proton.
See ya, Proton.
I agree with what?
I agree
No.
with everything.
Oh my god, man!
Again, we have
He
a-
goes to university. He's gonna
Starfleet Academy.
like. Well, he's not actually going for the university.
I agree with everything. Okay, you fucked up immediately.
Yeah.
Except
That-
Rey's an excellent melee combatant. The staff, blah blah blah. They were unarmed thugs. Thugs by their very nature are untrained. Use brute strength to defeat someone.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Why are you making all of these again? Give me your script. Give me your script. I'll tell you if it's good or bad.
Like, what's that? Is that the script?
Even if she had, dude, no, give me your shit. Give me your shit, Jacob. I'm gonna help you.
This is
Adam-
a new guy. This is a new guy.
Adam Harmon,
Yeah,
Harmon
no.
Williams, Harmon Johnson. I will help you.
Like, even
Let
if
me
one
fix
had
you.
a knife. She's got a big stick.
Big stick.
Listen, I understand. Speak softly and carry a big stick. I get it. All right. Yes, I agree.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker.
Ray is not the example of speak softly and carry a big stick.
Big
Fuck
stick.
Why
you.
doesn't she have a gun? Why does she have a blaster?
Yeah.
You would think like she spent her entire life on that fucking planet, like she would have like a blaster or something.
Like, I hate to break it to you, but women are weaker than men, and there are aliens in Star Wars that are
Racist.
stronger. There are aliens in Star Wars that are stronger.
God, you're
than
such
humans.
a racist.
Like, if any of those guys were a Wookiee, she would have been fucked.
Oh, that's how she knew how to speak Wookiee.
She got fucked by Wookiees.
Yeah,
I
and
mean-
even then, like there should have been a blaster in
Ray
that,
Furry
you know,
confirmed.
in that ship.
Okay, put her up against someone who is strained with a staff, and I guarantee she wouldn't do half as well, except she would. Like when
Yeah,
she's
like,
against the like when she's against the Praetorians, we see her visibly struggle, except for the time when she killed all of them.
Yeah, no, like you like that phrase, like she was against the Praetorian, she got struggle. Like no, she literally destroyed them. Like she did
doesn't-
not got issue.
She doesn't.
And
walk
the
away
single
without a
time-
few scratches.
No,
One.
and it's no, and you know you know what most hilarious? The one time there was one Praetorian that could have killed her
Mhm.
with the dagger. His dagger disappeared.
Yeah,
Like,
he disappeared. Not even he disappeared. We'll leave the magic disappearing like dagger out of that. As soon when she was pressing her arm against his knife. The dagger that didn't disappear was at her throat. She moved her arm away from that to do the whole Arya Stark thing. Right? He should have.
Yes.
He just decided not to continue forward, the dagger forward into her fucking chest,
Yeah.
into her neck.
Yeah. That.
I sent something in private chat.
It was only okay. I'll agree I'll agree with this. It's only because of the plot. The plot willed it that she walked away. Oh, sorry, the Force. I'm sorry, I read that wrong.
All right. Yeah, you got me, Mark. You got.
Oh no! Oh no!
You got.
Oh no! Mark titled,
the fuck is
What
is regular with
fuck
this?
am I looking at?
Mark titled this "Uncle Plunt visiting Ray circa 32 ABY."
Wait, you don't know what it is, Zach. You don't know what it is.
Oh, Zach!
Wait, was that Goose
Wait,
Goose?
you don't see Berserk? You didn't know?
well, no, but actually,
Sarah, was
yes.
that Goose Goose?
Well, no, but actually, yes.
Oh, good.
Mark and Alexis know what I mean.
Yeah,
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. No. I have seen Goose Goose exactly once in my life, and I do not wish to see it again.
Goose, 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 goose.
If you didn't see Berserk, we're gonna make you one day to see it.
Yes.
At least the manga.
Yes. Oh, I found. You guys know I found a website with the dub. Anyway, so this guy said all this shit. Jacob's response: fighting outnumbered, even with the staff, is not an easy task, especially when your opponents do have a notable strength advantage.
Jacob Ross, just before you talk, how many fights have you been in your entire life? Tell me.
Well, I think his math degree speaks volumes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He has a math degree. So why are you writing articles for Quora, you dumb cunt?
It's not even an article. This is a comment to someone who asked, like, why the fuck is Ray more powerful than Luke?
Yeah.
And how can it be legitimate? And this is his response.
Well,
I acknowledge. I acknowledge the point, but it's still an impressive enough feat to say that she has excellent melee skills. Based on what, sir? Wait,
Look at the guy below. That one, Stephen Malier. That guy is in point.
Stephen Williser, you're defending terrible writing. Based.
Yes.
You sound like a sports fan being defensive about the star of his team. Based.
Yes.
On paper, there's no single reason for Rey to be more powerful except either bad writing, or if she's the only Jedi or Force user in the light side, it means all the Force is concentrated on her. That's still bad.
That's really on the fence. Like that's still like a stupid theory in itself.
Like that is the reason why Sith. That's the reason why Sith are only 2 at a time, because all the dark side is concentrated. No, you were fine until that.
No. This rule of 2 applied because the Sith kept getting wiped the fuck out, and they decided subterfuge might be the best way to go.
Yeah, they infight too much for them to be cohesive fighting force against the Jedi, who actually are. So they use subterfuge. That's why the rule. It sounds like you didn't bother to look at my recent answer before issuing your rule, and this motherfucker.
Shut your goddamn mouth! I already hate your entire response.
This motherfucker links himself. Is this even a different?
You didn't, but
no.
what?
That's literally he linked himself.
No, that's a different comment, isn't it?
Yes, it's different. It's different.
Oh, it's huh?
What? What rabbit hole we're going for? What rabbit hole?
Okay, that's the original. Okay, so this is him.
Why are we still here?
Just to suffer. Literally.
How does this website work? I'm confused.
Okay,
I want to die.
We're gonna circle back to that, but I want to like. Okay.
No, that's different. Okay, that's
different.
no.
Star Wars fan.
Next
No,
one,
no.
up
There we
there.
go.
Yeah, that's one.
And then responses to him. There we go. Okay, so
There has to be
he
someone.
links himself. I'm not a sports fan. I'm an analyst. Kill yourself. I call the problems that I see, except for the problems that exist.
I'm not a sports fan.
I don't like football, and
I don't
that's
like. I legitimately, I just don't. I don't find sports interesting.
No. In here, I don't like football, and well, if people were to know it, they would literally will kick me out of the country if they were to know it. So
I bet that makes
Yeah.
3 of us.
yeah,
If it's not combat sports, I'm not interested.
yeah.
Wait. Anyway, I call the problems that I see. I am gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
and I examine complaints to see what substance there is. You examine the complaints to your retardation, but you don't examine the fucking movie. You fucking idiots. TLJ and TFA have more than their share of flaws. Ray is not one of them. And I spent far too much time examining that particular issue. Meanwhile,
But you didn't prove anything.
you didn't prove anything. You didn't analyze anything. If you can analyze the movies and say the sentence, Ray is not one of the flaws of the movie, then you didn't analyze it properly.
You're watching movies wrong.
He is. He is watching the movie wrong. Because he watched it and found no problems with Ray's characterization. Meanwhile, I'm not sure what room you had to cast aspersions on my objectivity.
What? What objectivity?
Why did you say that word?
Why did you say that name?
Motherfucker, he read your goddamn comment. That's why he's casting aspersions on your objectivity, you fucking retard.
My neighbors are so happy that I'm leaving in 5 days.
When your whole issue when you issue wholly unsupported claims like Siths are only 2 at a time because the dark side is all concentrated on them. But I'm gonna
you said this
Because the
for the
dark
light
side
side.
is all-
On the
okay,
light
so-
side, didn't.
where did he said? I just want to go back. I want to go back. Where did he say this shit? Right here, right here, right here, right. This subheading. Ray has been given force potential as a proportionate response to Kylo Ren's by the force itself. Cut to wholly unsupported claims like 2/7 of the time. Okay, that makes more sense than what you said. Actually, what he said complements what you said. Like, if the Force can just decide to concentrate all of its power to people, then what he said supports what you said.
But hey, he's only an analyst, not a sports fan.
Oh my
This
god!
motherfucker has the nerve to say
Except he
that's
has even less critical thinking skills than a sports
And
fan.
the worst thing is like he actually read the legends, so he actually knows a little of the stuff, and even then he got it wrong.
Like, Luke made that abundantly clear, though this is pretty clear in the rest of the films. The Force is everywhere, between everything. It doesn't focus. There's no finite amount.
So
Oh yeah,
why
there's no
the-
finite amount of force, but then in Rise of Skywalker they run out of force.
You
And
said
Rise of
this.
Skywalker established that you can run out of force.
You said this. Not even Rise of Skywalker. You said this.
We ran out of force again? Like, I'm sorry, I just
everybody
don't know.
everybody
He
did.
sucked
So
the- he
Kylo
sucked the
and
Force
Rey
juice.
both ran out of force.
He sucked the
Oh, yeah,
Palpatine-
Like
yeah.
Palpatine sucked all of their force out, but then Rey had more force, but then she used it all to to kill Palpatine, and then Kylo used the last of his Force to heal Rey.
Yeah, appreciate it, John.
Like,
John.
are you fucking kidding me?
We're going on the explanation that we haven't seen the Rise of Skywalker, and we don't know that happened. We're just trying to go by what these people are saying based on the movie. But he said that it doesn't focus, but it does according to what he said. Like, lastly, it seems you didn't even read my answer. It's like, if you feel you can claim on paper there's no single reason for Rey to be more powerful. My entire answer consists of an on-paper explanation for the situation, including at least a single reason for Rey to be more powerful. The Force reacted to the activities of Kylo. You just contradicted yourself!
Again.
It doesn't focus. Cut to the Force reacted to activities
Oh my
by
god.
instigating a rival.
I did not believe that you can actually contradict yourself just that quickly. Like, come on, man. Come on.
This and this are contradictory claims. He read your shit. That's why he's calling you out. You're an idiot. Giving her an equivalent amount of power with which to compete. Doesn't focus. This is all said by Snoke in TLJ. Only your own unwillingness to read or listen has prevented you from realizing that it makes your on paper there's no reason claim nonsensical. Jacob, you're a fucking idiot. You are how do you do this?
I don't know where the hell all the upvotes are for this.
This is an excellent analysis. Be more generous, people. No, Walmart brand Neo, no. What? Rey's lack of training may be a contributing factor to how strong she is.
What?
Because she's not been trained to comprehend what should be impossible.
You know what makes you comprehend what should be impossible? Life.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, so before you know about what the theory of gravity is, you should be able to fly, right? You should be able to just walk off a cliff and keep walking.
Yeah.
I'll be like thinking
that's
in
kind of
Matrix
what I want
terms
to do right now anyway, but I mean, what is this dumb shit
This
argument?
is literally Looney Tunes logic of like, okay, you can keep running, and as long as you don't look down, you won't fall.
No, like this is like Matrix. Like, oh, you only think because like you think that this is the limit.
Yeah. Like, realize,
Listen, they make it.
What is this dumb shit argument?
I always thought Rey's description of the Force as moving rock foreshadowed her final feat.
Yeah, but it was like the most painful
What did he just say?
foreshadowing.
I always thought Rey's description of the Force as moving rocks foreshadowed her final feat.
Oh, eat the entirety of my ass, dude.
Because of her limited understanding of the Force, when push came to shove, she viewed the landslide less of an obstacle and more of a problem that required a simple solution to use the Force to move it. She said as much right before the feat.
Eat
You
my
will have
ass.
you will have think that if the Shadow would have existed like the amount of time that actually existed, someone have figured out that hey, do not explain basic fixes to this kid. Just don't tell him anything and tell him move this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
If he can do it, perfect. You have the more powerful Jedi.
It's like this guy took Yoda's phrase of unlearn. You must unlearn what you've learned, like way out of proportion, guy.
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, my hope is that in episode 9 we see consequences for her lack of understanding.
Shut your mouth.
When she's pushed to perform a feat that stretches her limit, A
Shut your
limit
mouth.
she doesn't know of. Otherwise, she'd be a rather boring character.
Oh my
You're
god.
retarded.
Oh,
You're a fucking
two
retard.
movies passed,
You're a
and like
fucking retard.
she's a really
You're a
rather
fucking
boring
retard.
Well, guess what, brother? Since you brought up episode 9, we can go ahead and bring up episode 9. That doesn't happen.
No.
That does not happen.
There's that little scene when she unleashes lightning. That's it.
She accidentally sharts lightning out of her hand.
She accidentally lightnings. I just want to
Yeah.
repeat that is a thing that happened in the Rise of Skywalker. You have a Jedi accidentally lightning.
Yeah. Oops.
Eat my ass.
This is the most. No.
Oh my god.
I'm
Just
just taking- I'm
get
taking
out
a-
of here. Get out of here.
I'm
Get out of here.
Nope. Taking a break. Taking a break. I'm walking away.
This is the most comprehensive piece of analysis I've seen in a long time. Oh boy, there's a man named Mahler that you should.
Yeah, you should see.
Yeah.
Just one episode. And tell me your thoughts.
Like, the only thing I would differ with is that the Force guides, not controls actions, but we always.
But
we
that's
always hear about-
essentially the difference between
Yes.
Jedi and Sith, supposedly.
Yeah. We always hear about controlling oneself, but letting the Force guide you. Otherwise, I couldn't get a better explanation if a member of Lucasfilm Story Group wrote it. Hell of a.
No.
There has to be someone that's not brain dead here. There has to be someone that actually able to point out some of the
the only
issues.
one with a partial blip was this guy, and he fucked it up halfway through.
Let's see if there's someone else. Let's see if there.
I think the guy
Thank you for
deleted
this-
all the comments that
Oh, that's true, yeah.
said that.
If
like,
that
he's
went
an
on to the
idiot.
case, yes, there could be hope. There could be hope for this planet.
Okay, this is just stupidity. Okay. Now that I think about it, Luke was cut off from the Force when Rey beat. No, giving her inherent. No.
No, Luke actually
if-
was
just
aligned with the
reconnected.
Force again by that time.
Yeah, if we were not to be cut off, he cannot
Also-
do the force projection
Also,
across
how do
the
you-
galaxy.
That's kind of ice cubes going in my whiskey.
How do you cut yourself off from an energy field that surrounds and penetrates all living things and binds them together? How do you do that aside from killing yourself?
That's one thing, yes.
Yeah.
Like, you would have to be dead to cut yourself off from the Force. Like,
No,
yeah.
and even then you can because when you die, you become part of the force.
Yeah, like, you can't. There's literally
You
no
can
way to
escape.
disconnect.
You can escape. The force will be with you, one way or another.
Like, okay, so we have someone here. To be fair towards Anakin, he was the son of a slave and the Force itself. Like, yeah. Like, what does that mean, though?
Oh no! Why is
The
this?
Force,
this
the
meme?
Force doesn't. The Force doesn't have
Prophecy.
DNA. Metachlorians.
Yeah.
Metachlorians.
I'll be back in a minute.
All that means is that the Force is capable of rearranging DNA of living beings to suit its purposes. No, metachlorians. Metachlorians.
This
How-
isn't already debunked
I
by
don't-
just listen to one line.
I don't.
Yeah.
Not even a line, just a word. Metachlorians.
Yeah.
They are a measurable biological phenomenon.
Chat, how we doing? You doing all right, chat? How's life? Let's have a little us time on the side, chat.
I don't think that there could be any comment like just saying what
You
is.
and me, chat. We're gonna have some us time on the side. We don't need to focus on what's happening right now.
Yeah, let's just move on to another part because this is nothing. Like
Okay. So we want to move on to, is Luke Skywalker gay?
that will be hilarious. That will be hilarious for once.
We are just ignoring
That will be hilarious to Mark.
what is happening.
Okay,
We don't
so
need. We don't need to read. No, No. I'm drawing the line in the sand right now, Bear. No. Bear. No. Bear. No.
I gotta get out of it.
In the top right of your screen, Bear, is a little X. You're gonna click it right now. I am making this executive decision. Bear, you are about to see me leave Ram Ranch. If you read this on stream, the next thing you see on Discord is going to be Zach Reeds has left the server. Bear, Alt F4, now. You're going to see Zach Reeds has left the Ram Ranch. Next thing in Discord.
All the Jedi are gay. All the Jedi are gay. All the Jedi are gay.
I'm not doing this, Bear. You can't make me. I won't do it. I won't. I refuse. I refuse.
Okay, so should we save that for next week?
No, you're going to delete that from your memory bank. Sorry, you're not Flint. You're going to delete that from your tiny bear brain.
We can mark Alexis. Do you want to go through why Luke is gay or not?
No, we're not.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Alexis, what's your word?
No. This is a sloppy seconds wide decision.
This is democracy.
This is sloppy seconds executive. No, I am Joe Biden. I'm making the executive orders right now. I'm signing off on this. We're not.
But you said that you hate leftists.
I will not have this attached to the name of sloppy seconds.
You gotta do it, Zach. This is the last day of your baby. Just make it forfeit. Come on.
I won't. No. I'm signing the executive order right now.
Yeah, that's the president.
This will not be attached to the name of sloppy seconds. We're too good for this.
Yes, it will.
We are too good for this. And by the way, I want you to realize this, the phrase I am using. We are too good for this.
Before we close out, I just want to.
Oh god! Fuck you.
Yeah, we all know incest is in. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know.
From what we've seen, he's probably asexual, and he does like being kissed by women. That okay.
Oh my god. Then why you got that here? Oh my god.
Oh god.
Sorry, I just had to beat my head on something. All right, I'm back. What'd I miss?
The more hilarious stuff. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh well, we lose Zach.
Why you bullying me? You fucking bitch, why you bullying me? Why you bullying me?
Don't worry, Alexis. We're not bullying you.
Why you bullying me?
But we're
not
bullying you, Zach.
Alexis. You don't need to ask us if we're bullying you. We're not.
Why you bullying me?
We're not.
No. We're bullying Zach. We are gonna see that
Alexis,
article.
we are not bullying you.
We are gonna see it.
You fucking bitch, why you bullying me?
We are gonna see
Why you
it.
bullying me?
We are gonna see it. I gotta make you.
All right, that is it for us. that fucking killed it. Oh my god.
Bitch, I'm the nigger like nigger. Like nigger.
All right, we'll see you Saturday for Sloppy Gaming and next week for a response to. We're doing the Cavernacle, right? We got to do Cavernacle Warhammer, yeah? All
Chocolate
right.
orange guy.
Oh, yeah.
Later, everybody.
Later.
See you,
I'm gonna go kill myself. Bye, everybody.